Small doses. Self-help from the hip. Small doses. We're talking that shit. Small doses. And keeping it real. Small doses. With me and Nana Seals. It's so funky.
Nuanced. That's right.
And I think that's the thing that I am really happy to see in terms of just, to your point, like the expanse of content. I feel like we're getting to see more nuanced representations of brothers, because and not just on like a skin tone, but even like in tone. Like Atlanta is just a different type of comedic tone,
right?
You know, that we just haven't gotten to see, like from Black men. Like I feel like Black men comedy has been so specified as like, you know, one type of cadence, and so we're getting to see that shift and have a little bit more uniqueness to it. You know, it's interesting just hearing you talk, and we're gonna wrap soon. It's interesting hearing you speak, because you speak with a groundedness and clarity about all of this, and I just wonder, like, do you feel like you always had that, or was there a turning point for you?
I think it was always there, just because of where I came from, and it was magnified when I did have a chance to meet with people that I respect and have conversations with people like Sidney Poitier and James Earl Jones and Cicely Tyson. Again, being a student of history, I love those conversations. I live for those conversations, just to learn from them, you know, to hear from them. And I cherish those moments I've had with them, to pick their brain and get those pearls of wisdom. But with all of those, especially that generation that came up, they broke those barriers for Harry Belafonte and others, broke those barriers for us. You know, we stand on their shoulders. We have a responsibility to be aware. If nothing else, how that manifests itself is going to be different in all of us. But at least be aware. And I think, you know, I think more people feel the way I do than people realize. I don't know if people feel as though they have the opportunity or the power to say it. Because sometimes, too often, there's concern about will it affect their career, adversity. So I don't think it's so much that it's not there. It's just like, wait a minute, just, you know, release it, let it go, speak up. It's okay.
You know, I'm telling you, every point of elevation in my career has been marked by me giving less fucks.
Well, there you go. That's a testimony.
Every time I'm like,
I want that on a sign.
Let's shave off some more fucks. I don't know if I'm just lucky. I don't know if that's just really just I don't know if that's just like you said your battery's going?
It's getting low, yeah.
Okay, so then I'll speak to that later. Right. Well, no, because I think authenticity ends up reigning supreme, and you get such a freedom when you live in your authenticity, and then it shines through so much of your work. And so much of us are so afraid to let people see that and thinking that if they see it, it's going to fuck shit up. But it ends up actually freeing them. And a lot of times you're going to get backlash. But what you learn about Hollywood, and whoever's listening, just know this: you don't need everybody to rock with you. You just need a couple of the right folks.
That's right.
Just a few.
Who would you say is the most beloved athlete in the world, historically? Maybe not even alive right now. Not alive right now. Historically.
Beloved? Muhammad Ali?
There you go. This man stood up, spoke his truth.
Went to jail.
Spoke truth to power. Went to jail for it. Lost his belt for it, his heavyweight belt for it, and earned it back. He's beloved because he stood up and he spoke up. And he could back up his work in the ring.
You better be preaching right now.
Come on now.
And then he spoke up. And then he backed up.
You know.
All right, so let me do this quick segment before your phone dies. Okay.
If it dies, I'll call you back.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you 3 words, and you tell me how each of these words, it's word association. So let me know how it speaks to you. The first word is purpose.
What has it speak to me? Oh man, oxygen. oxygen and longevity. If you don't have purpose, you're not going to have longevity. If you don't have purpose, you're not going to be able to breathe and feel good about yourself.
All right. Space.
What'd you say? All right.
All right, brother. All right. All right now.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Space.
Oh, space. Space right here. Space right here. Space. Space. Well, that could be a lot of different things. Space and giving you space and time to focus and do your work and reach your purpose. Space. I'm feeling that more now than anything, being in quarantine, getting on lockdown. How I'm enjoying this space of time frame space, but also literal space. I get frustrated. I get frustrated with people saying, and I get it. These misunderstanding. Stay home. And really, we stay home. Why? This common sense. We stay home so we don't interact with people and we get each other sick. So it's not to stay home, it's to stay away from people.
Yes.
I come to this dog park, there's nobody within 50 feet of me ever. Space. It's important. If you can find it, you don't care. It's not always possible. It's important to find it when you can. For me, it's about thinking, to be able to think straight, clearly, have clarity. But that's oxygen too. Hey, when we fuck up a society, what do they take away from you? Space and freedom.
Preach.
Come on now.
I don't know if it's this hat, but you want something. And the last word is identity.
Okay, identity. I think identity is the most critical thing. What you and I were talking about before. Those who allow to define you will confine you. Define what? Define your identity. If you allow people to define your identity, if you allow people to define who you are, it's not about who you are, it's who they think you are. But if they're in a position to control your destiny, or at least your paycheck, that can be confining. So identity and really understanding who we are is one of the most important things. Otherwise, you'll get lost. What's that old saying? If you won't stand up for anything, you'll fall for anything.
That part. So we're gonna wrap it up, and if your phone still lives, then I'll have you do a drop. But Thank you for joining us in the dog park with Rocky and
that's right.
all of the good shit. And and when we do Smart Funny and Black again, at some point I'm gonna hit you up because we're doing an actual Smart Funny and Black in the crib show. So we're doing it online this Friday. And if all goes well, I will continue doing them, and I'll be hitting you up to be one of our Black experts.
No. Well, listen. What you all do?
No. There's no you all. There's no you all. There's no you all. I gotta explain to you what the show is so you can understand what it is. You already saying no.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying being funny the way y'all do it is that's a skill set.
But it's not. The show is not about. I'm funny.
Yes, you are.
I don't need y'all to be funny. I write it so that no matter what, it's funny. I cradle you like an African mother.
Come on, sister. Come on now.
Dark phrases of womanhood of never having been a girl. So I'm gonna bring you there. For those of you who are listening, please. Thank you. Listen, Scarface was like, I ain't doing that shit. By the time I was done with him, he was like, when we doing it? So.
All right, cool.
I got Face Mob I was like, if I can get Face Mob to flip, I know I can get anybody to be convinced. So people check out Madam CJ Walker. What's after the colon?
That's you.
What's the full title of the show?
Oh, self-made.
Self-made, yes. Self-made, the Madam CJ Walker story on Netflix. And also just go through Mr. Underwood's catalog. He has quite a number of IMDb credits. So, we thank you for your work and your dedication. And honestly, it's been dope in this conversation to just hear how much integrity is behind the choices you make and be able to see it in the work you do. Because a lot of folks think that things just land in people's laps and that these paths just happen. And you're curating it. You're curating it from a place of purpose and creating a space to have your own identity.
You better preach. Come on now.
Eurostep. All right.
Drop the mic.